Mazda races here at Barber Motorsports Park. We have our podium for the first race. We're going to start in third place with Anthony Martin. A good track for you. This was the site of your first podium with USF2000 last year. First, let's talk about the start. You got past, by Victor at the start. Just take us through what happened at the green flag in the first lap.
Yeah, sure. My car was quite slippery at the start there, and Victor was able to get a good toe on me and slip down the inside there, and credit to him, and that's where it stayed for the rest of the race. But yeah, just struggled with the car setup a little bit. But yeah, other than that, what the Cape Motorsport have done with the car for this meeting has been great, and hope to make a few little adjustments for tomorrow, and then hopefully move forward again. And credit to Mazda for all of the power that they give us, and Cooper Tire for keeping us stuck to the track. It's quite amazing, what they do for the series, and to be out there running around is great.
What is it? Obviously, Barber Motorsports Park is a track that suits you. What is it about this track?
I don't know. I just really, really do love this track. This is probably my favourite track of the calendar. Just fast and flowing. It's what they call a proper racetrack.
And take us through the finish. You and Luke Gabin had a very close battle right there at the end.
Yeah, sure. My car started to go off and get very slippery towards the end, and all I had to do was hold off Luke, and it was a very hard job, and with a few laps there, he was right on my tail, and it was tough, but I was able to hold him off around this track. This track's always a little bit harder to pass, but yeah, it was definitely a hard job to keep him behind me.
Okay, Anthony, great job today.
Thank you.
Second place, Victor Franzoni. Take us through your start. You started fourth, ended up second, got by both Anthony and the points leader, Jordan Lloyd. Take us through that.
Yeah, for me, the first lap was the lap most important. I went to fourth to second. In the start, I went to third, and then turn 5, I went to second. And then I was doing the same time than Parker, but I think I was being too aggressive with the car. And then my tires in mid-race was destroyed. And then I couldn't catch him, and he was just pulling away from me. But he did a great job. He was like every lap in the start that I was pushing a lot, he didn't make one mistake, so it was really hard. And it was great for me. I'm starting my work with arms up. We didn't came for the practice here, so it was a little bit hard to be in the same pace of the other guys, but we did it, and we know what to do for tomorrow. We're gonna change some little things, and I think it's gonna be good. This track is awesome. For me, it's also one of my favorite tracks, and I'm happy, very happy.
Like Anthony, Victor, you're with a different team this year than you were last year. And like Anthony, this is a track that you do well at. You're the site of your first podium 2 years ago, and you finished second here last year. What is it about Barber Motorsports Park?
For you. For me?
Yeah, for you, Victor.
It's good, this track. I was always on top 5 in this track, and it's really cool because most part of the corners, they are blind. You don't see the end, and you just need to turn and go. So it's hard to set the car here because the setup changed a lot, but it's great. I think the good, like this track, if you practice a lot here, and if you do well here, you do well in every track. So it's good.
And you said changes for tomorrow. What's the plan for the race tomorrow?
In the qualifying, I made the dumbest mistake in the world. Sometimes drivers, they are dumb. I went to change my brake bias, and then I turned off my car because the ignition was right with the brake bias. And then that like didn't came to my... And then I stopped and I caused a red flag, and I lost my best lap. But I still started in fourth, but my second lap, it's bad. So I think I'm going to start a little bit in the back for tomorrow. But try to do the same. Good start, good first lap, try to gain some positions, and try to catch those guys because they're going fast.
Right. Good job today, Victor.
Thank you.
Parker Thompson, first victory in the series. After the weekend at St. Pete, this has to be especially rewarding for you.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you come into the #1 team for the championship in 2016, and there's a bit of that pressure on you. And I think in St. Pete, it didn't get to me. It's just we didn't put a weekend together. Unfortunately, we had some bad luck that kind of took us out of a few races. But we came here with one goal in mind, and that's to get back in the championship. And I definitely think we made a statement today. We've been strong all weekend in practice, qualifying, and then to come out here and get a nice, good race victory was really rewarding for myself and for Team Cape Motorsports.
What was the mindset during the race? You couldn't shake it too much. Anthony was, Victor was 3 seconds behind you, so still within reach. How was it, just trying to keep focus and hit your marks and everything, while you're in front and to stay in front?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Victor's a very good driver. He's come back in the series. He was strong last year. So I knew I had my work cut out for me right from the beginning when I saw him get into second place. But from there, you know what? It's about managing your tires. This track is extremely hard to pass. It's so high speed and so flowing. And really, there's only one or maybe two places that you could ever attempt to pass. So knowing that in the race, I was just trying to manage my tires, manage my pace, and make sure I had it in case a caution came out, because I think that was the biggest threat that I saw in the race is if a caution came out. I know Victor's very aggressive on the first few laps, so just managing the tires to know that I had enough for that end if there was a caution that came out and we had a late race restart.
A little bit of a dent then on Jordan Lloyd's championship lead. Obviously, it's early in the season, though, but what is the plan for tomorrow?
To be honest, I don't even know where he finished. The plan tomorrow is to go out and do exactly what we did today. Whether we get in a position to take a win or we get in a position to podium, we just need to get the most points we can. It's early in the season, and we can claw our way back out of the hole.
Great. Congratulations, Parker.
And
Questions? Yes.
Just want to say one thing. Thank you very much to Mazda and Cooper Tires. They do a lot.